Welcome to the Carbonite Jedi, where the Force will be with you always. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the history of lightsabers. So sit back, relax, and let's enjoy this video. According to the history of the Star Wars universe, the Force Saber, created by the Rakata, was the precursor to the notable lightsabers. Wielders of the said Force Saber have the ability to transfer the Force of the dark side using a black crystal that would create energy blades. Subsequently, when the early Jedi Order used an advanced technology along with the ritual of forging, they then learned how to freeze a laser beam, thus the birth of the first lightsaber. The first functional lightsaber that was made was the first blade. This was an ancient weapon that eventually served as the basis of all modern lightsabers. Prior to the Force War, the first blade was made on Tython by an unknown Jedi master called as the Weapon Master. After the Force War and the formation of the Jedi Order, ceremonial weapons became a vital part of the Order. Thousands of years later, since lightsabers were still not yet improved for regular use, the Jedis used swords. In 15,500 BBY, Jedi's study with regard to the frozen blaster technology became successful. Also, they have developed a way to generate energy beams. This followed the first known portable high-energy blades. However, these initial experiments were also unstable and only lasted for a brief moment before eventually overheating. Consequently, these initial lightsabers were not used for wars and were only used as ceremonial weapons. Throughout the ages, the instability of these laser blades was eventually improved, but these weapons still suffered from issues like energy consumption. These proto-sabers also became somewhat unwieldy since the wielder still needed to carry a belt-worn battery pack. These power cables attached to the proto-sabers limited the wielder's movement and prevented the use of telekinetic saber combat. Despite all that, the weapons were deemed as a great advantage when used in hand-to-hand combat against a heavy armored enemy. Interestingly, the Dark Lords of the Sith Empire were deemed responsible for the ultimate advancement of the lightsaber. During that time, the Sith then replaced the belt-worn battery pack with a power cell and placed it inside the lightsaber's hilt. They have also introduced an internal superconductor that would loop energy from the negative charged flux back into the hilt's power cell. Aside from that, the Sith also invented the first double saber. Moreover, it was also a Sith Lord who first established the use of synthetic crystals in lightsabers. However, despite all these advancements, most Dark Lords of that era still rejected the use of lightsabers. They were still in favor of using the Sith swords. In 5000 BBY, the advancements made by the Sith were later brought to the Republic and the Jedis. Ironically, the Sith still used Sith swords, while the Jedi continued to use their proto-sabers. Subsequently, after the Sith were defeated at the end of the Great Hyperspace War, the use of lightsabers was then adopted by the Jedi. During the Jedi Civil War, the former Jedi, Revan, started to use a red lightsaber, and several of his followers followed suit. Since then, the red lightsabers became a trademark of the dark side. It is already a known fact that the dark side uses red lightsabers. These red lightsaber blades occurred when the crystal used in making the weapon was corrupted. On the other hand, there are also green and blue lightsaber blades, which are more common to the Jedi. What about the other lightsabers that have a color other than green, blue, and red? Do these colors mean something? Did you know there are also yellow, white, and purple lightsaber blades? Yellow-bladed lightsabers. Jedi Sentinels usually use these yellow-bladed weapons. These Sentinels, wielding the Force with knowledge and power, were the guards of the Jedi Temple. One of the notable wielders of the yellow lightsaber was Rey Skywalker. Purple lightsaber. Purple lightsabers were wielded by a skilled Jedi who knew how to balance both dark and light forces. One of the most known wielders of the purple lightsaber was Mace Windu. And the white-bladed lightsaber, it was used by just one of Star Wars canon characters. It was Ahsoka Tano. She obtained the white crystal of her lightsaber when she defeated the Inquisitor in a battle. The crystal was initially red, however, she later purified it and from corrupted red the crystal became brilliant white. The color also suggests Ahsoka's free agent status because she is neither a Sith nor a Jedi. Alright everyone, I loved researching the history of the lightsabers. I think they have a very full backstory. From creating the first blade by the Jedi, which is the precursor of the Jedi, and then trying to figure out how to make them portable. How unwieldy they originally were, especially having a battery pack on the belt and being attached to a sword with a cable, shows the progression from origin to the current lightsabers. And then the Sith actually making them what they currently are. It's funny, but Mark Hamill talked in an interview about how in the original Star Wars, the lightsabers they used had a cable that went down their arm inside their shirts to a battery pack on their back so they would glow. Kind of like the original energy blades. Okay, now I want to know what you think about the history of the lightsabers. Do you know anything different than what I stated in my video? Do you agree with what I've said, or do you feel something differently? Start leaving your comments below right now and we can discuss it together. Well, that's it for this video, but I'll be back soon with more Star Wars and other sci-fi movie content, and maybe a Black Series unboxing. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and until next time, this is the Carbonite Jedi, where the Force will be with you always. Thank you for watching.